Swivl Sessions, interviews with field service entrepreneurs. Get insights and strategies from those who took the leap and risked it all to start their own home service companies. It seems like every session there is this wonderful story of the twists and turns that people make in starting their business, but there has not been one as exciting as the one that we just listened to with John and Stephanie Williams and Air Duct Dynasty. Rob, what do you got?
Very much true. So just a great story of them getting started, 20 cents in the bank account and just running for the gold. I think my favorite quote was, and there were a lot of good quotes, but
There
my
were
favorite
so many.
was, if opportunity doesn't knock, we're going to build a door. I've never heard that, but it certainly was applicable to what just a lot of fun listening to it, incredibly inspiring. And these guys have everything that it takes to build a business, including some marketing things that I've never even thought possible. And one story includes something like 100 rubber duckies. Listen.
You can't deny how committed these guys are, not just to their company, but to leaving the legacy with their community. They're ethical. They add more services to justify the price that they do, and what did they say? We're not about the price. We're about the service.
Now, John said, yeah, he's focused on the service, not the money. And
Absolutely.
That's another great one of the many inspirational quotes.
And you want to talk about, all in, being all in, where you have 20 cents in the bank and ketchup is a food group. That was one of the best things ever. But just an incredible company, and they have a very, very bright future ahead of them.
Absolutely.
So Stephanie and John Williams with Air Duct Dynasty. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Swivl Sessions, where we dive into the world of field service entrepreneurship. Now, before we get into today's interview, let's introduce the hosts we'll be hearing from. So first we have Tyson. So Tyson's our sales guru, who is just coming off of a pretty nasty cold, and his cough either sounds like he's a mating alligator or he swallowed a kazoo. Tyson.
Come on, man.
I hear it way down here.
I was going to say something nice.
Yeah, please do.
Appreciate that, Rob.
Yep.
So, John, Stephanie, I'd like you to meet the brains behind Swivl. Rob has given me a lot of awesome visuals over the years, but today he exceeded himself. I looked at the door of my office, and he was standing there barefoot, eating corn on the cob. Meet Rob Heller.
That's the beauty, guys, right, of being a business owner, is you kind of make up your own rules. I can walk around barefoot and eat corn on the cob. So can you. All right, so to get into the good stuff, so today we are excited to introduce Stephanie and John Williams, owners of Air Duct Dynasty, a top-notch air duct cleaning business and more, based in beautiful Kingman, Arizona. Beautiful and hot, I think, right?
Very hot.
How's it going over there in Kingman?
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat, right?
Yeah, so is an oven.
That's what, my sister just texted me. She's in Scottsdale. She said it's going to be 118 over there tomorrow.
Yeah, they have excessive heat warnings going on right now.
That's nuts.
And the wind blows twice a year, 6 months from the south, 6 months from the east.
Does that help at all?
In general. All right. So let's get going to talk about, we'd like to know more about Air Duct Dynasty. And of course, the number one thing we're going to need to know is, and I know Tyson said there's something about it, but tell us how you came up with that name.
Okay. So I spent 6 months with Phil and Kay Robertson. I was at their house like 6 days a week, and they just really made an impact in my life. And we wanted to, I guess, kind of honor them. That's how I saw it.
The Robertsons are, for people who don't watch that, they are the Air Duct Dynasty, right? And that's down in Louisiana.
Oh, they're the Duck Dynasty.
I'm sorry, Duck Dynasty. Sorry, Duck, not Duct. Yeah, too many word plays. All right, so that's great. So
the website logo, guys, is amazing. I wanted to interject that real quick. I love that logo. Just it's fantastic. So
You know,
nice work on that, John.
We've
it's like you
gotten a
just
lot
came off
of
of
jobs because of that logo
And
from
yeah.
Nice.
Air Force and
one thing about Kingman, yeah, like she said, we've got a lot of military, retired military here, but we also have one of the coolest World War II airports. You know, Kingman was a hotspot back in World War II, so it
All right.
really kind of ties everything into this whole place. You know,
Oh, cool.
Is that where the graveyard is in Kingman? They have a big, like,
no,
massive. Okay. I
no,
know
no,
there's
they
something
had
up
a
there in Arizona.
UFO crash here.
we had a UFO crash.
Is
There you
that
51.
go.
52.
Nice.
51?
No, Area
No.
51's a cover up for Area 52.
Whole different podcast.
Yeah,
All right. So back to Air Duct Dynasty. So how old is the company?
Uh,
All right. So
no,
you're just getting
23
your
months.
23
Nice.
months. So you're sinking your teeth into it. Employees yet?
A couple, 2.
All right. 2 employees. It's fantastic. 18 months. So tell me this. So, we talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who've started their business over the years, and I always like to ask is about their expectations. So before you started Air Duct Dynasty, you had some expectations of what it would look like. And then after you started it, how were those expectations met or unmet?
they're exceeding so far.
Nice.
In what ways?
It's to the point it starts to take on its own unique life, really. It's becoming animated. It's its own little thing. You know, we had our website, logo, everything designed and came together. And then it's like getting that heartbeat. We got it that far, and now it's growing and growing organically. We love the people we serve, and they teach us. And if we're willing to listen, they'll tell us what else they need. We do air ducts, but when we come into somebody's home, we do ceiling fans, not for price, because I don't want you to have a great air duct, crank on your ceiling fan, and that.
Get it dirty again.
So we're super conscious of leaving them dust free. And by doing that, we've been able to charge appropriately. You know, we're not the cheapest, we're the best. And we are not anywhere near HVAC prices. These HVAC companies, you know, they got to make a living, they got a warehouse, they got people, they got stuff.
Hmm.
We are just air ducts, you know, so, well, not just air ducts, the HVAC system. We clean the whole system. We do the coils, we do the top to bottom, and
Do you change the filters, I guess?
yeah, yeah. If they've got the wrong one in there, we make sure they switch to the right ones, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you have this game plan in mind before you started that this is the way you were going to go do it? Like just create, it's almost like you're an indoor air quality company, right? And
Right.
I know they've got like super sophisticated equipment to do whatever they do. I mean, you see the trucks and it looks like a super expensive way to do it. But I guess in the same token, I mean, it's indoor air quality is nothing more than just trying to clean the air, right? And the
That
stuff
we
that I've,
breathe 90% of our lives, you
Right.
know.
that's right.
We're
That's right.
indoors somewhere always.
That's right. Yeah, and that's you can smell, I think,
Yeah.
when
Yes.
I walk into someone's home and you can smell that their air is garbage,
Yep.
and that's
Yep.
Right.
that's you don't want to live there, and then probably they get used to it when they live there too.
Yeah.
Right.
So other expectations, like a lot of people think like, I'm going to start my own business because I work too much, and that's always kind of one of the not always, a lot of times that's one of the expectations that we see that are not met because you start your business and you don't stop or slow
Uh,
down working, right?
Right.
but we've always been entrepreneurs. That part we expected. We were doing it anyways.
All
So
right.
we just found something. uh, to me, it feels like we created a race car team. You know, we got the trailer, we got the truck, we got the crew. We really are precise. Uh, we We are thorough. We've got 90 something reviews, all 5 stars so far. So
I saw that.
Right.
that's not an accident. That's what we're after.
There's an excitement too when you talk to people that are growing something organically, that they've created it, and you start to see it. I'm getting a taste of that just with our company here, and it is a special feeling where you're excited to come to work every day. I do want to ask though, has there been any aspect of the business that has troubled you, or you are a hurdle you've been trying to get over that you haven't quite cracked the code on yet?
Seasons, for whatever reason, I get it. Once Thanksgiving hits, people are pretty much done. But what we did learn through these 2 winters is chimneys. So we added that to our repertoire,
Nice.
so we cleaned chimneys and that paid off.
Do you use the same equipment for chimneys?
No, no, because
It's totally different. You don't dress up like in a 1800s thing and dance
Yeah.
around rooftops.
no, but you guys should research chimney sweeping in London. It is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
It was children, wasn't it? Wasn't it mostly
Yeah.
children?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of small.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where they came up with do I have to light a fire under your beep? Yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
I love the.
Didn't you read Oliver Twist, Rob? Come on.
Well, I don't know if is that where they came from? I mean, yes,
They reference it in there.
I did not know that. Now, that's super cool. So tell me a bit about the equipment. So I do have a little bit of history myself with duct cleaning because a long time ago I had a plumbing company that then tried to branch out into carpet cleaning a little bit, and they wanted to do duct cleaning with a carpet cleaning as an add-on. I don't know why that would be like a natural add-on to them. And in fact, I don't know why I let them do that, but
It's common. More common than
yeah, yeah.
Really?
But
Okay.
it's just an upsell. I mean, for them, and they would do a terrible job, and we get complaints, and so I just cut the whole thing off and just when they were trying to foray into residential. But that's neither here nor there. This is about you guys, but I'm curious about the equipment. So I know like this guy just had like a power drill thing with like a snake on it with a big ball of fur at the end that would just basically twist and turn as it goes down and back up. Is that the equipment that you generally use for air ducts?
no.
Here in Kingman, most of our jobs are the system is in the ceiling. The units on the roof or the attic, and the air comes
Okay.
out of the ceilings, and all of those are flex ducts. So they're real
Yeah.
tender. You can't send a whirly, twirly, twisty, because all you're going to do, it's going to be like a fork with spaghetti. All you're going to do is tear that stuff up.
Right.
Do whatever it takes, because the floor vents are different. There's an opportunity to use the twister brush for that. But what we do is we use surgical rubber and we agitate it through air. So we're air scrubbing. We've got a 5,000 CFM negative air machine hooked up to the return. So the whole system's under negative pressure, and we go in and we clean each one. We've actually invented some equipment that
Yeah.
Nice.
that wasn't available, that wasn't out there, just to help that one more containment. We want to take all the dust with us. We don't want to
Yeah.
bring it out of your ceiling onto everything else. We want to take it with us.
So you're the first air duct cleaning company that we've talked to, and another guy in the office here was talking about how he had his done, and the guys just took a bunch of stuff and just dumped it next to his front door. So obviously you guys are going to great lengths to clean up after yourselves. So
So,
you invented a containment, kind of like
so
what is it?
Ghostbusters?
Yes.
if you
that's
look
what
at
I'm
the
going.
ceiling vent, once you remove that vent, we've got a straight shot to get up in there. So all we did was invent a way to keep that from spraying everywhere. It's just a small little containment, but again, it's those little tiny things that we
It's
not
the
only
details.
it's the details, and it wasn't
Absolutely.
nobody did it, nobody had it, so we invented it. The other thing, we are the only air duct cleaners in a 81-mile radius. Everybody else uses shop vacs and carpet cleaning stuff.
Yeah. So just real quick, the ducts that you're talking about they sound a lot like dryer vents. Is it similar, like the flex
No,
vents?
The circular ones.
they are circular. So the vents up in the ceiling are flex duct. The vents in the floor are different. They're metal.
Sheet metal.
They're sheet metal.
Okay.
Where are
So-
you guys?
We're in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Okay.
You guys
And none
have
of
basements,
yeah.
furnaces, and
Mhm.
Boiler
Yeah,
rooms,
live
and all
down
that.
there.
We don't have any of
Yeah.
that here.
it's so
Boiler rooms.
I'd like to touch on this real quick. We are NADCA certified. So NADCA is National Air Duct Cleaners Association, and they are East Coast. I'm going on your show right now, and I am going to say she will soon be a Southwest representative, because it's different animals. Everything back there, we don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. You're cutting into what big old things. This is a different animal out here.
The systems are different. The homes are different. Like all the training and things that we went through had nothing to do with anything that we've seen. And we had already been doing it for years and years. And so I'm just like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't there a rule where in cold climates versus hot climates, though, like the air comes out of the ceiling my house is weird because I've got, the top floor, air comes out of the top, the middle floor comes out of the bottom, and the basement comes out of the top. But isn't that some kind of a rule where in cold climates it should be the air coming from, maybe it's just heat coming from the top.
Yeah, heat from the floor.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking
No
about.
idea.
All right, we'll
Stick
cut
to
that
plumbing,
part out.
Rob.
I'll do that.
What did you name your invention? Do you have a name for it?
The glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the Ghostbuster contraption?
It's just where they kept the ghosts.
I know they had a name for it.
Container.
Yes, it was like the something containment system, but it had an acronym they used.
Wow. I'm going to look
All
it
right,
up.
we'll
I
figure
don't
that
know.
one in.
Now I'm
Showing
curious.
our age. We're showing our age with that reference.
That's awesome.
I'd like to tell you one story that may or may not help anybody else. This wasn't cheap, right? We put everything. Ketchup was a food group. We that's what we were.
That's true.
And we had our first NADCA that you're kind of, it's almost mandatory, was in Las Vegas. So we took the rest of our money, put it in the gas tank, hoped for the best, went to Las Vegas, slept on our sister-in-law's couch. The first day we got there, they said, "Oh, you got to park in the structure." So that's $35 every time we want to park. We
had 20 cents in our account after
There.
I paid for our registration fees for NADCA.
New low. You guys have the record now. Congrats.
When we get there and all these New Jersey people are patting themselves on the backs for being a success for so long, really making the big bucks and changing the world. And I'm going, we made the biggest mistake ever. We are not supposed to be here. This is bad. We go to leave, and I had to turn right, would be on the strip, and it's over. Turn left, go back where you're not supposed to be. I had to breathe. Turn left, went and parked. Some guy's walking up to me, she's giving me a minute. And some guy comes walking up and says, I rolled my window down thinking, yeah, we got to move, blah, 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 blah. He's all, dude, do you need gas? Can you help me out? We got to get this van into the building and it's got too much gas in it. They won't allow it.
So let me back up.
Wow.
So the duck trucks that you were talking about,
Yeah.
the expensive vans,
Those guys.
Hypervac Technologies
Yeah.
was in there doing demos, and they kicked their service truck out of the casino and said, you can't have it in here. It's a hazard, has too much gas. Kicked them out of the casino with their duck truck. And they are literally siphoning gas out of their tank. And we're
Need
like,
somewhere to pour it.
and they don't have anywhere to put it. And they're like, do you guys need, I mean, we didn't have gas. We didn't have money for food. Like, we had 20 cents.
And then on top of that, like
Yeah.
I said, I know we're probably running out of time.
No, hey, don't worry. Don't look at the time. Don't worry about it.
We walked into something that had no value for us as beginners. It was zero value. I was so frustrated. I'm about to walk away, and she says, you know what?
If opportunity doesn't knock, we're building a door.
Yep. She said,
Great way
see at the table with those two old men? We're sitting down. She sat down at these table with these two old guys in the Air Duct convention thing and said, I have questions and you guys aren't leaving until you answer. Those two
Nice.
rode their Harleys from Virginia to Las Vegas. They're 70 years old. They are the shizzle. These guys are the real. So he took her phone, gave her all of my contact information. He was the vice president last year. What's funny is
Former president of
we
NACA.
kept walking
I
up
had no
and
idea.
down the casino in Paris casino, and his poster is plastered VIP or something of the year. You know, this
So you
guy.
picked the right guy.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
we had no idea. We didn't know that was him. We weren't looking at posters on the wall. Like, we were literally there to get advice, get as much knowledge as we could, figure out the best way, the best practices, just how do we do this?
And
We
it
want
wasn't
to
coming
be
from the
good.
people on stage.
And it was crazy. Like, what he's referring to is it felt like we put all of our eggs in this basket, and it felt like we went to a golf course convention.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like it was going to do anything to benefit our company. We're not here for showboating. We're not here to look good. We're really here to do something to make an impact in the lives of everybody we come into contact with. We're here to leave a legacy for our children. We're here to make a difference, to actually show up and be ethical and give our best and give our all and do whatever it takes to become the success story that we know we have inside of us. Like, we know what we have. We know who we are. We know what we can do. And so let's just do it
And we work on it constantly.
all the time.
We're always sharpening our pencil.
So that was our reason for going. And when we felt like we weren't getting that, I'm like, we're broke now.
But long story short, so, she asked this guy to give me a card. He says, I don't need a card. Everybody knows who I am. She says, well, here, take my card. Nobody knows who I am.
I did.
By the end of the convention, here's this guy walking down the casino going, I know you, pointing at her, So,
Yeah, it was really cool.
so I really
So-
believe she needs to represent this side of the Rockies.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Now, so you left what you drove to attend, and you said you needed air, and the gods just sent the right people at the right time, siphoning gas to come up to you. How awesome is that? I mean,
She won $100 gift card.
But I never
didn't
even sign up for this while we were there.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's a reward. That's the reward for taking that risk.
absolutely.
the contacts that she made, these guys are phenomenal. They'll drop everything and help us. So
Right.
Nice. That's great.
And we ended up getting $1 million worth of business advice for the price of our NADCA admission. So it was awesome.
That is a great story. No
One of the
joke.
best we've heard ever. I mean,
Yeah.
that's no joke. No joke. That's one of
I
the
mean,
best we've heard ever.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I love about like entrepreneurs in general is kind of like running into a dark room and then keep running.
right.
And it's exactly what you did because you just have that faith that you're not going to hit anything.
Risk.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to your current state of business right now. So we got a couple employees. Can I ask you what your revenues are for the past 12 months? I mean, you only started 18 months ago, so it can't be that much, but it sounds like you're doing pretty well.
We're getting there.
Okay.
That was one of the things that we learned in Las Vegas. He says, you got to be charging this much money. And I thought to myself, there's no way some of these widows, these little old single people can afford that. And I really wrestled with that. So what eventually came of it was, yes, we do have to bring our price up a little, but
we
let's
have
give
to
them
add
more
more
service.
value.
Yes.
There you go.
And that clears the way for we're getting there price wise.
Good.
Nice.
All right. So I like to kind of like, I sense that we don't want to go into details about revenues, and I understand that, but I want to just kind of gauge what your goals are for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Could you go into kind of
So
revenue goals there, employee goals?
we've got 250,000 written on our board
Nice.
this year. So
Awesome.
we better get busy.
That's great. So we're doing $500,000 in 5 years. Where do you think? Half a year, a year. So where do you want to be in a year, in 5 years?
In 5 years, Phoenix.
Good. So you're going to expand territorially.
Yeah.
How about hiring people and training them? Are you finding that to be difficult?
Not yet. She
Okay, good.
actually got together. She has been just working with this community, found out that the high school does a internship. So they wrote us a protocol, operations manual, so clear, so precise, so complete. And we were able to incorporate that, and it really leaves no question. Of course, we look for people that have the same passion for people like we do.
But in that, it's hard to get people to follow people. We learned that also. People want to follow a system. So if you have a system in place, people can follow that. But sometimes it's hard to be like, does that make sense?
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Very much. A lot of people when we talk to them, John and Stephanie, that are starting a new business and maybe even going into a new area of field service, talk about challenges with technology and how they have either created a system for themselves or they have used a platform to kind of grow their business. And I was curious what Air Duct Dynasty's doing with that. Have you guys, do you use anyone to send invoices or to schedule off of your website or?
Yeah, we have an online app. But yeah.
Yeah. And so she creates all of our content, and a lot of people from NATCA have been calling her and saying, "Hey, how did you do that? Can
Who
you
are
do
you
that?"
using?
Yeah. Can you give me the name of the people you said I'm doing this? But
That's for
she
your
has
website.
to figure it out.
For your website.
Not for the website, for just
Yep.
creating content,
Facebook,
Got it.
like
mostly.
Yeah.
Facebook and
advertising,
stuff for advertising.
videos,
Yeah.
and yeah.
How do you like it?
They're on my list.
So we want to talk about kind of the future state of Air Duct Dynasty. Tell us about your goals and your future exit plans if you have any. I know you mentioned something about you want to leave something to your children. And is this what you want to do? You want to leave the company to your children? Do you want to sell it after you build it up? I know there's a lot of questions there.
Yeah,
Yeah. We want
He
to.
wants to sell it for $7 million.
Well,
Good goal. That's a great goal.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. That certainly can be done. I know there's a huge market out there. I'm not sure if it is for air duct cleaning, but
it is
like
because
private equity
we're in
companies are
Kingman,
probably.
but we service Bullhead, Needles, Laughlin,
Yeah.
and this is only barely 2 years, so we're getting more and more. We've done a few commercial buildings in town. That's where we're headed. Commercial work.
Nice. Commercial. Okay. Yeah.
With commercial stuff, are you? I know sometimes the problem is getting paid. So sometimes it's not 30 days, might be 90 days. That's often a headache. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we've already been through that.
Yeah, if we're working on a net, we just need to play it smart so that we're able to pay our people from existing revenue we already have, obviously.
Cash
But
flow.
it does present challenges when we're having to wait on payment. But what are you going to do if there's a giant job? We're not just going to sit here and say, well, we're not going to wait on payment.
Yeah.
We take it as there's a check in the mail. Let's go to work.
It really does sound like you've got kind of all the pieces for success. I mean, and hearing that you've got that marketing talent is pretty cool because most people completely miss that. Hats off to you. So we'll start to wrap it up because we're running out of time and we've covered a lot of ground.
Great ground.
Yep, great ground. And your journey has been a pretty fun one to listen to. That story in Vegas is, what happens in Vegas state, that's not the case for your story because that needs to be put out everywhere because it is truly inspiring and your whole story is. So
20 cents in the account is very, very.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We might need a picture of that to go into your profile.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
so before you hang up, I do want to say one thing. The things that we were able to do with this company, the connections that we're able to make, the impact that we're able to make in the community, for us, it's not just about cleaning air ducts. It's about building relationships. It's about strengthening community around us. It's about inspiring the next generation and giving them a chance where other people just think, well, they're young or they're inexperienced or they have no experience or whatever. We come in and we're trying to shift that mindset. And so we're going to all the schools and we're putting on fill out the Air Duct Dynasty crossword and you're going to get entered into a raffle for, you'd be surprised. You give these kids a gift card for Roblox or a $10 Sonic gift card. They are filling out these Air Duct crosswords. So we had an Air Duct Dynasty crossword made. We have little spinny wheels. We do duck races. We're just trying to get them excited. Bring pizza in for the high schoolers.
We took 750 squeaky ducks into an elementary school, and the principal was livid. Remember this, they took those squeaks out. You can have the duck, and they put the squeaks in the mouth, so 1,000 kids walking around squeaking. But that's what we've got ourselves into. One of the high school work Air Duct Dynasty at a brand new company. You look right across from us, there's the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, and local law enforcement, and Air Duct Dynasty. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys are an amazing team. I just want to throw that in there.
Agreed.
Listening to you guys talk, you inspire each other, and that's just fantastic to hear.
You mentioned inspiring people, and it is inspiring. And so, speaking of inspiring, before we wrap up, I always like to close out with maybe you've got some final advice for people who are looking to do what you're doing, or some other kind of home service or field service business. What kind of advice would you give to someone like that?
A lot. So you can go, every city has a small business development center is what it's called. Small business development center. You can go there. There are free resources to help you with all the skills that you're going to need to build a successful business, a successful team, potentially at the end of it, get angel investors. We never did that. We just went the hard route. And so go to the Small Business Development Center and take advantage of all the resources there. Go to the local, Chamber of Commerce. Get plugged in with the Chamber of Commerce. Get plugged in with the Rotary. What is it called? The Rotary Club? Everybody has a Rotary Club. Get plugged in with the Rotary Club. Go print, do whatever you can to bring attention and get people to know who you are. Go to every real estate business that you can. Go to every HVAC company that you can if you're wanting to clean air ducts. Ask them if they offer it in-house. You have to make connections. You have to make connections. So it's just about pounding those doors down.
I would have to
Get
say
to know
too,
people.
also focus on the service, not the money.
Right.
Don't let that be the goal. Let you being the best be the goal, and the money will come.
Right.
I love it. Make the connection and focus on the service.
And catch up as a food group. we got so many great titles for this show. I can't wait to dig into them.
I know. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fantastic. So thank you so much, Stephanie and John.
Yes.
For sharing your journey and insights. We really do appreciate the time that you took to speak with us today.
Yes.
And your story is a great one, and
Awesome.
I'm sure it'll inspire a lot of other entrepreneurs and inspire them to take their own paths. So
and not be afraid.
Yeah, that's right.
Do it
All right,
scared.
great talk.
You can be afraid. We were afraid, but we did it scared.
She quit 100 times. But
I
she
quit
showed up
every
every
day.
day.
But I'm like,
There you go.
it's 5 a.m. Let's go.
Awesome.
That's
That
just
is
showing
awesome.
your that you have a true entrepreneurial spirit. All right. So for all of you watching or listening in the greater Kingman area and are in need of either residential or commercial air duct, dryer vent cleaning, or HVAC inspections or fireplace cleaning, those services. So make sure that those systems are all operating at their peak performance. Make sure to reach out to Air Duct Dynasty. You can find their contact information right here on the screen.
Put your
There
on the screen right there.
And believe me, you can trust you're working with true, reliable professional experts in the field. Once again, thank you, Stephanie and John, for being here with us on Swivl Sessions.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you,
guys.
Rob.
Thank
you,
you.
Tyson.
Thank you, Tyson.
That's a wrap. But John likes to hear me say that. Thanks for listening or watching. Swivl's field service software is everything you need to run your field service business for free. Till next time, check us out at swivl.tech. That's SWIVL.tech.